Hello guys, in this video we are going to learn about HTML and Jquery, and we will see how many amazing things we can do with Jquery. Jquery is a JavaScript library. So we will make an input and a button, and we will take the value of the input and create messages by clicking on the button. Or we will type the message and we can hit the enter key to create the message. So we will see both ways by entering the key, enter key, or submitting the button. So let's start with the jQuery. So we have three files: index.html, javascript, msg.js, and style.css. So first link the style sheet in our head tag of the HTML and script file in our head tag. Now we are going to set up the jQuery setup. So search jQuery and go to the link, and you will see in get it's a JavaScript library. In the jQuery setup, we can also download the file, and we can link the file in our head tag, but we are going to use a simple way. This file is also available on Google server or Microsoft server, so we are going to use the direct link of this file into our head tag. So just copy this line of code. It's just a script source that is going to connect that link that there is file, the jQuery file. So just put it in our head tag. So that's it, jQuery setup is ready, and now we are going to put some content in our body. So just title, and next thing is an input. We have to give them an ID. I give the input box is input msg, and the submit button is submit button id. So we are going to use these IDs into our jQuery or JavaScript. And next is the message box, and heading I put message, and now I am defining a div with class msg, whatever class you want to, and I put a text first message. So I can show you how it is looking. Reload the file in any browser and you will see this is how it's looking, the pure HTML. And now nothing is working because there is no JavaScript or CSS we added yet. So now we are going to define some CSS styles yet for this. So I define the body styles it margin 100px, and the font size is 18px, and the input msg ID's style is border 1px, solid color sum, and padding top and bottom is 8px, left and right is 10px, minimum width is 300px. And for the submit button ID, padding is bottom and top and bottom is 8px, and left and right is 10px. And message box is margin top is 10px. You can define whatever value you like. And for the message class, notice there is a dot, not the hash. So dot is for class and hash is for ID. So border left is 3px, solid and some color, and font size 16px, padding top and bottom is 5px, and left and right is 10px, and margin top is 5px. That's it for now. Save the file and reload the HTML index.html. So it is looking like this. So it will not work because there is nothing in our JavaScript. So we are going to add something in our .js file so it can work. So we are going to add a function. So I define a function fun.msg, that is the name of the function. This is how we define function, and in the function this is how we define objects in jQuery with the $sign, and inside the brackets we define a quotation mark. Inside the quotation mark we define whatever, if it is class then dot, and if it is ID then hash, and then the ID's name, whatever ID's name Now we are making an object of the subject button. We give the id subject button, so we are going to make an object with subject button dot click. Whenever his subject button clicks, then the function will run. So then the function will run, and we are going to assign the value of the input message dot value to the variable message. The message will be appear inside the message box. We assigned the input box value to the message variable. Now we are going to append, or so we are going to append this message in the message box. So how we are going to append? In jQuery we can add any HTML whatever we like inside any tag. So we are going to append some HTML. Here I am defining a p paragraphs to the message div id. Save the file and see, whenever I will click, it will add that HTML that I defined in the function, the paratext in the p paragraph. So it is appending in the object image div id with that. So I'm going to change this HTML into the same HTML that is, for example, I written here this type of HTML, but instead of first message I'm going to use that message that is coming from the input box what we have typed. So we already assigned that value to the message, so we are going to add this message. Plus sign is just adding the string, and notice here we are using the apostrophe mark, not the quotation mark for the class, because inside the quotation mark we can't assign an extra quotation mark. It will show errors, it won't work. So inside the quotation mark, how we define the class is the by apostrophe marks. So class is equal to msg by apostrophe. This is how it will work. And plus sign plus message, that is a variable, plus the closing div button. Save the file, go to the browser, reload the file, and type anything like hello world, and see if it will work. Click the button and see how it's working. So but now we want the input to be empty again whenever the message is created. So we assign the input message a value that is null, like null. There is nothing inside the quotation, it's like null, not even the space. So it will again make it null or nothing inside. So save the file and go to the browser and type again and see. So because it's again assigning the value to null after creating the message. But there is still a problem. The problem is that if there is nothing letter or nothing word, and if I click the button, it is still creating a message without a letter. We don't want it. So I should check, is there a letter in our input? So we can do it by trimming. Trim function is just remove the spaces or unnecessary spaces. So we add the function trim on the same value we get, like, and we check if the message dot length is greater than 0. This means it shouldn't be empty. If there is all space, the trim function will remove all space. So reload the file and check if it is creating. It's not creating because trim function removes anything, any spaces, and the if condition checks if there is any letter, if the size is greater than 1. So there should be at least one letter to create the messages. That's what we want, because we don't want the empty message. So and see the message, it just remove unnecessary spaces, not the all spaces, because in the hello world there is some spaces before and after, but it removes all before and after messages and have one spaces in the middle. So the next thing we want to do is we should also be able to create message just by hit the enter key. So we can do this by adding some functionality in our JavaScript file. So what we are going to do, is we are going to check whenever is k up, if the k is enter key. So we are typing in the input message. So whenever is k up, call a function event. Notice it is taking a variable event. Event is whatever event is happening. So event.k code is 13 for the enter. So if code is 13, then call the submit button dot click. It will initialize this dot click on our submit button. So whenever we hit the key, save the file and reload into the browser and see if it is working. Type something and just hit the enter key. It's just doing the same thing that is can be done by the button, but it's just initializing the button dot click. So similar to the we click on the function or we hit the enter key inside the input box. So it's the similar thing. So here we learn about Jquery objects and how Jquery can assign values to different div in HTMLs, or how we can make HTML interactively. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any queries, please comment, and if you have any problems or suggestions, please comment.